It would be really nice just to raise a family here, just quiet. Good way to get an idea of how we used to live back in the day. Just living off the land, deer and whatnot, fishing.
Tlatlasikwala literally means ocean-going people, or the westerly people.
Our people come from a place called Hope Island and surrounding areas.
You know, we're always trying to explore ways and means of growth for our First Nation.
We understand that the Tlatlasikwala have a difficult time actually living on their ancestral homelands on Hope Island. There's not a lot of opportunity, economic opportunity there.
The fish farming idea came to mind because it seemed like a lot of our neighboring First Nations were also thinking about it.
We were, of course, operating farms in the area, and it didn't take long for both parties to come to an agreement that when we were all successful, would help fulfill the Tlatlasikwala people's dream to return to Hope Island.
I'm hoping that it's an avenue for growth for my people as well as outside guests to our land.
Marine Harvest is the leading salmon aquaculture company in the world, and we produce approximately half of the fish produced on the BC coast alone. And we produce approximately 40,000 metric tons of salmon each year, and we are the largest employer on the North Island with over 500 employees. So what we've come up with is 2 locations that seem suitable, and the plan is to put 2 farm sites in and raise Atlantic salmon.
It's exciting in the fact that there are doors that are available and that could be opened.
It's important for Marine Harvest to understand as much as they can about each site so that we can farm sustainably. So to us that means to have the minimal impact possible for our operations. So we spend a lot of time monitoring everything that we need to for government as well as extra that we would like to understand.
Basically we picked this location because it looks like it'll be a great area for growing fish. It's also protected from the weather, and it's close to Hope Island and the village. We've taken many depth soundings around the area, so we've got a nice idea of what the bottom looks like under the farm site. The red box would be the farm site, and we're kind of now sitting right where the X is. So we've conducted all these surveys as a part of the application process that goes into the provincial and federal governments, as well as we would like to know what's in the backyard, our backyard, where we want to grow these fish, and for the Tlatlasikwala as well.
So today we're going to take some samples of the seafloor so that we can understand the organisms that live there and the habitat conditions. Okay, so now we've retrieved the sample from the seafloor, and this is directly underneath where their proposed salmon farm would be, and we'll take a look at it. So what we're looking at here is a typical sandy mud bottom, and on top you can see some brittle stars scooting around. We take the top 2 centimeters of each sample and do some chemical analysis of it. And this type of testing is standard. It's standard scientific monitoring for salmon farms and for many other types of developments as well. And it's just basically a way to understand and protect the seafloor.
The application process involves a number of surveys. We've done approximately 12 different surveys, which include stream surveys, abalone surveys, lingcod surveys, rockfish, kelp, eelgrass, as well as some wild fish sampling, and even an archaeological survey.
Pacificus is an independent third-party biological consulting company. So a company like Marine Harvest would contact our firm to conduct independent surveys of what they have in proximity to their farm in order to determine whether their application is acceptable or not.
This type of work is important as we want to be farming sustainably here for years and years, and so does the First Nation band. They're interested in having long-term operations here, and so are we. So the only way to do that is to ensure that you're having a sustainable operation environmentally and economically.
So after reviewing the two sites and going through all of the data and analyzing the data, it's our opinion that both of those sites would be suitable and could coexist for aquaculture operations.
This farm right here that we're sitting at right now, this potential location, Bull Harbour, is a couple of kilometers away from where the village is, and it would be, you know, a day crew could work this farm.
Well, we see it as part of a process that would hopefully entice some of our people to move back home, because there's plans in the works of actually using Bull Harbour as a core community for most of the workers and their families.
Just thought this would be like an awesome opportunity for me to jump up, be a part of this fish farming. Good for the community, for food in the future.
If the aquaculture gets going there, you know, there's a reason to really go home and really be there and not to worry, you know, because the spin-off from job creations out there, you know, to be able to afford to get houses built out there, and therefore then having more people come home. I could visualize a busy community.
It'd sure be nice to see some growth out here and some people being able to move back into the area and live out here.
We want something that is going to last, you know, that isn't just a training program.
I've always had the dream that that our people one day would repatriate.
Our salmon farms would be one part of a mosaic of opportunities that they see they want to pull together. Opportunities like wind farming, opportunities like tourism operations, kayaking, that sort of thing. And together, these will form the foundation of a base of working opportunities for the band to return to their traditional territory of Hope Island.
We've always relied on others to do things for us, you know, and our numbers are finally picking up there, and our children are finally growing to the ages where they're in high school and post-secondary, and you know, and they're so far and spread out there that they might look at what is happening in our own homeland and say, hey, I'd like to come home and do this, you know, try it out, and you know what, they might just love it and stay, you know. It's a good dream. I think it's real.
Yeah.